This is TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast, and the State of the Saints podcast is brought to you by Manscaped.com. Over 2 million men worldwide choose Manscaped for all their below-the-waist needs. For those that loved the Lawnmower 3.0, well, I got news for you. The Manscaped engineering team has confirmed that they have successfully created the Lawnmower 4.0. The Lawnmower 4.0 gives you the ability to turn the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. The new trimmer even allows you to customize your trim all through additional guards lengths, sizes 1 through 4. And looks-wise, it's sleek with a two-tone matte and gloss finish, even features a hot foil stamp, black chrome Manscaped logo. Show your more off loud and proud. Go to manscaped.com, use the promo code STATEOFSAINTS, and you will save 20% off of the Lawnmower 4.0 as well as other Manscaped items. That's manscaped.com. Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And I got one question for you. Are you ready for some football? No. I'm going to ask you that again. Are you ready for some football? Because the 2021 NFL season is here, Who Dat Nation. The New Orleans Saints and their week 1 matchup will be taking on the Green Bay Packers. Now, both of these teams are really good football teams. The Green Bay Packers last season went to the NFC Championship game, and they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Saints went to the divisional round, and they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But now these two teams are in 2021, and they're trying to right the wrongs of yesteryear by going on a title run. You have the Green Bay Packers. You have Aaron Rodgers, who decided not to be the host of Jeopardy, but decided to come back for another season to be the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. Now, a lot of people thought that Aaron Rodgers was going to retire. I wasn't one of those folks. Even though he was contemplating it, I don't believe that he was. I just think that Aaron Rodgers decided to take some time off to do some things that he wanted to do and allow Jordan Love to go out there and play. But Aaron Rodgers is going to be playing and going to be the starting quarterback of the Green Bay Packers in week 1, taking on the New Orleans Saints. And this game right here is going to be exciting, man. Both of these teams are extremely high-powered offensively. Both of these teams are, really okay, defensively. One team in particular, in my opinion, is better than the other, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But both of these teams have the recipe for success. Both of these teams have what it takes to go the distance and make it all the way to the end, to the Super Bowl. That's right. I said it, the Super Bowl. Contrary to popular belief, contrary to what the aficionados are saying on the national media scale, both of these teams have what it takes to be there in the end. You have the New Orleans Saints. For the first time in 15 years, they're going to have a starting quarterback week 1, and his name is not Drew Brees. It is Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston. Last time we seen him as a starter, 2019 campaign, 30 for 30. Everybody laughing at him. Everybody talking about he's not a good quarterback. Everybody saying that the Saints are doomed. Power rankings got Saints really low. Everybody has low expectations of the New Orleans Saints, all because number 2, Jameis Winston, is on the team. But the Saints still have some really good players. They have a really good offensive line. You have 2 of the best players in left tackle and right tackle, Teron Armstead and Ryan Ramczyk. Don't know for certain if Teron Armstead is going to play. He didn't practice leading up to the game. So I don't know about that. But you still have Ryan Ramczyk. You still have Alvin Kamara. And you have a very young wide receiver group that is chomping at the bit to prove to people that they belong in the National Football League. You have brand new tight ends for the first time. There's not named Josh Hill or Jared Cook. This time you got Adam Troutman as your starting tight end. You have Juwan Johnson and Nick Burnett. So you have all these new faces on the offensive side of football. Then defensively, you have some guys that are familiar faces, but you don't have David Onyemata, the stout defensive tackle that has really emerged as being one of the top defensive tackles in football. But you still have Cam Jordan, and you have Marcus Davenport, who had one of his best camps as a pro. Linebacker, you brought back Quan Alexander. You got the Mario Davis, the secondary. You then did some things, moved some things around, shook some things around, flexed the salary cap to exhaustion. You got Marshawn Lattimore. You got Paulson Adebo, who had a really good camp. You got Desmond Trufant from free agency. You got Malcolm Jenkins, Ceedee Deuce, Marcus Williams. This is a really stacked team. But how do they stack up against the Green Bay Packers? Well, the first thing I think the Saints need to do, this is the keys to victory. I think the Saints need to be aggressive. I'm not buying into all that stuff everybody's talking about. They want the Saints to be super conservative. They want the New Orleans Saints to play scared because you're scared. You think that Jameis is going to make a mistake. No, 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 no. I feel the New Orleans Saints need to be aggressive because if I'm the Green Bay Packers and I watched the game last year, and I understand it's a new year, but a lot of those guys played on that team last year when Alvin Kamara wreaked havoc and was slicing through the defense like Swiss cheese. You know they're going to put emphasis on neutralizing Alvin Kamara. So you're going to have to count on Jameis Winston to go out there and win you a football game because that's exactly what Green Bay is going to want the Saints to do. They're going to want Jameis Winston to beat them. Everybody's talking about Jameis. The Saints fans are saying, oh, Jameis is going to be different with Sean Payton as his play caller and head coach. Well, Matt LaFleur is saying, go out there and prove it. Jameis Winston is going to have to win this football game for the New Orleans Saints because they're going to make Jameis Winston throw the football. And I think that plays into the strength of what the Saints can do to take down the Green Bay Packers. Look, the Green Bay Packers, they have a really good secondary. You got Jair Alexander. You got Kenny Kings. You got the rookie Eric Stokes. You got Amos. You got Darnell Savage. They have a really young secondary, kind of similar to that with the Saints. A lot of those guys got drafted together. There's a lot of chemistry out there. These guys growing and becoming pros together. So that's going to benefit them. But they are susceptible to getting beat. If you can get behind these guys with a quarterback that can throw the ball downfield, you can make some plays. And that's something that hurt them in the NFC Championship game last season because for the exception of Jair Alexander, Kenny King, and then you have a rookie in Eric Stokes, those are the type of guys that you want to take advantage of. Okay, you want to make sure that you're trying to get behind those guys. And Darnell Savage, even though he's really good as a tackler and he can lower the boom, you can beat him in coverage, especially with the tight ends like Adam Troutman and Juwan Johnson, a guy who switched over from receiver to tight end. So the Saints are going to have to rely on Jameis Winston, in my opinion, in order for them to win the game. Now, even though that's the case, it doesn't mean that you just need to negate and forget about the run. You got to make sure that you're actually running the football in order to set up the play action for the explosive plays to be successful. So still, even though I feel like they're going to have an emphasis, I'm talking Green Bay, they're going to have an emphasis on trying to stop Alvin Kamara. They're going to have Kenny Clark in a game. He didn't play the last game. So I think the nose tackle, him being there is going to be beneficial to them. So they're going to try to neutralize it. But by all means, you got to make sure that you're running the football. As far as defensively, what the Saints need to do to stop Aaron Rodgers, well, you got to get pressure up front. Okay, you got to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has a tendency of being rattled and getting frustrated when he noticed that defensive ends and defenses are getting pressure on him. When he feels like his offensive line is not having a good day, they're not blocking for him, he gets a little bit of that diva mentality. And then all of a sudden, he's just throwing the ball and he becomes very disinterested because he's so frustrated that the offensive line isn't doing their job. So I think the Saints need to put some pressure in the face of Aaron Rodgers, but try to get that pressure without blitzing. You do not want to blitz Aaron Rodgers. because that leaves man-to-man coverage on our side. I'm not too concerned about Marshawn Lattimore on man-to-man coverage, but I am a little bit concerned about the rookie. I think that he's going to get a lot of attention posting to Debo, because if I am a coach, I'm trying to go towards the rookie and see what he's really made of. I think the Saints are going to be switching out him and Desmond Trufant. So I think they're really going to try to pick on a rookie in his first game. So if I was the Saints, I would definitely try to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers with my front four. And I think that is possible. If Marcus Davenport can play like he did in the preseason, and if Cam Jordan can come back and be the Cam Jordan that we know he can be, and you add Peyton Turner in there, who had a solid training camp, and you add like some of these linebackers like the Mario Davis, who can come on a blitz, that will really help the New Orleans Saints to neutralize Aaron Rodgers. As far as the running game, I think the Saints got the horses in the barn in order to keep up with Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is a guy that can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can run in between the tackles. He is their version of Alvin Kamara, and he's extremely successful at doing both things. They have to neutralize Aaron Jones. The last time Aaron Jones played the New Orleans Saints, he was finding success. So I would like for the Saints to try to neutralize him. It's good that you're starting the season with Quan Alexander, a guy who is really, really fast, a guy that can dissect plays really, really quick. And I think that he will be the guy that they need to have on Aaron Jones to be able to stop him from catching the ball and also just going to that second level. So how do I feel like the New Orleans Saints are going to pan out in this game? Well, I think the New Orleans Saints are going to beat the Green Bay Packers by a score of 27-17. Look, I think that they really feel like, in my honest opinion, I feel like the Green Bay Packers are going to come into this game believing that Jameis Winston cannot beat them. I think they're going to look at Jameis Winston as being the Jameis Winston of old, the same old Jameis Winston. They're going to hope and pray that Jameis Winston can beat them, and Jameis Winston is going to go out there and beat them. I think he's going to make some throws. I think that he is going to shock a lot of people by how well he plays. I think that he's going to show a difference in play now that he is in a Saints offense, because we know Sean Payton lines those guys up and he schemes guys open. So you know that Jameis Winston is going to try to get the ball to the guys in order for them to make plays. And I think that they're not going to be ready for those shot put plays down the field when those receivers get behind them. I also think that the Saints defense is very underrated. I don't think people are paying that much attention to them really emerging. I feel like they're going to be a better secondary. I feel like they're going to start hot because they feel like they have to. Like I've mentioned on several occasions here on the State of the Saints podcast, the Saints defense has to start strong. When Drew Brees was out of the games, the defense seemed to step up because they realized that they couldn't start slow, because if they did, they could possibly lose a game because they can't count on a backup who they haven't seen with the late game heroics come through for them. So they started off strong. I feel it's the same way with this defense. They're going to start off strong at the beginning of the season. I think they're going to give Aaron Rodgers problems. I think that they're going to send some things his way, and they're going to try to get pressure on him. I think the secondary is going to play up to par. I think the guys being in that secondary, growing together as pros, is going to pay dividends. Everybody in that secondary, for the most part, have been around each other for a long time. I feel like the communication is going to be there. I feel like the playmaking ability is going to be there. I think some turnovers could possibly take place. And I just think that the New Orleans Saints are going to be motivated by everything that's going on in the Gulf Coast, or on the Gulf Coast rather, in New Orleans and all over, just dealing with that storm and the people that have been affected by it. I think that's going to be their motivation. Them practicing in Texas and moving around. I just think that they want to get back to something that's normal, like playing football. But that's what I think about the game. I think the Green Bay Packers are going to keep it close, but I think probably maybe third, fourth quarter, the Saints are going to start to pull away. And I just think that the Saints are going to keep the Green Bay Packers at bay in order for them to get the 10-point victory over the Pack. But I would love to hear from you. What do you think about the game between the Green Bay Packers and New Orleans Saints? I would love to hear from you. Comment down below. Like and share this video. Thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com, search The State of the Saints podcast, facebook.com, search The State of the Saints podcast. Previous episodes available on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Anchor FM. Till next time, all I got to say is, who dat?